Shalom! Welcome to LJ's Spurs Chat. Tonight, I've got Simon on with me. Hello, Simon.
Evening. Are you all right?
I don't know who you are tonight, Simon, and people are going to think I'm talking shit. But I just sitting here just now, and I got my old laptop here on the chair, and the chair moved. It's that windy. It's blowing this shit house down.
Yeah, I went and picked the kids up, and it nearly blew. They went to get in the car, and nearly bloody blew the car door off.
I nearly knocked myself out with the door today, Si. I was doing a job and I put my sack bearer up against the back door because I know what the wind's like. I thought that'll hold it up against the curb so the door stayed open, and it went woof, about 100 miles an hour. That would have knocked me out. Anyway, everyone, welcome to LJ Spurs Chat. I don't know what's the matter with me this week. I think I've got addicted because I think it's my fourth live this week. But tonight is a bit more chill. Simon, I'm going to.
You're a glutton for punishment, mate. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, but I am holding the optimism flag, aren't I? To be fair.
I don't know where it's coming from. Can I have one? Because I'd love to find some optimism from somewhere.
Well, I've put that on their side. So if you get any comments, there should be down the bottom right-hand side there. You should be able to see them. If not, let me know and I'll go back to the other one. I'm just trying it out. So basically, time for the Spurs fans. They keep sending me questions, bless them, and I do love it. Keep sending them. So I thought I'll dig out about 15 or 20, whatever, and I will answer them. So let's crack on then, so yeah. First question is, who's making these decisions at the club, especially the latest one, to keep Igor Tudor?
I mean, I think there's two parts now. One part is who the hell's decision was it to bring him in the first place?
Yeah.
Which I think was one of Paratici's last jobs.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's Vinay that's keeping him.
I'm saying it's Vinay and Lang because they even wanted to keep Frank, didn't they? And
but my question is, whose decision is it to keep Lang?
I don't know. Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. But I think Lang and Vinay are keeping him on. But with the Frank situation, they overrid him, didn't they, in the end? So will they do it again? Do you think they're waiting, though, just to get tanked by Liverpool? So they're thinking, look, we don't want to bring in a new man now because he'll get tanked by Liverpool. So we'll let him have Liverpool. Then there's almost a 3-week break. And then probably when we get tanked by Liverpool, then is the right time to bring in a new manager. Or is that too sensible for this board?
The thing is I just think they've completely stymied all of the decisions. They basically divvied on the decision on Frank, held on to that position for too long. Should have been done at Christmas.
Yeah.
And now they're dithering with this guy, and anyone can see the things he says. He's come in here with players he doesn't know, hanging everyone, naming names and hanging people out to dry, left, right, and centre. And it's not the way to bring everyone together.
Nah,
he's not a Spurs man. He's not a Premier League man. I don't know where the decision came from, and I don't know why we're keeping him because the performances seem to be getting worse game after game. But
we'll have to wait and see because I would say that is the thing. Wait till after the Liverpool game because it would be unfair, would it, to bring someone in against Liverpool into this shit show. The other one,
I think playing three at the back, no matter who we play, isn't working.
No, it's not.
There's probably games that'll work, but he's decided that that's his formation and that's what he's going with, and it clearly doesn't work.
See, that's another thing, isn't it? That if you go into any club at any levels, so I'm not. Our sons have played at little levels, haven't they? But if you go into even that level of football, and you might have your favoured formation, but you've got to have the players to play that formation. You've got to find a formation that suits the players, the squad that you've got. That's basic.
And if you're in the middle of a game and it's not working against the opposition, you change it.
Yeah. You don't do anything.
Even coaching like 14, 15-year-olds.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
right. This isn't working, boys. We're going to pull you up into the midfield.
Yeah.
And we're going to change it from a 3 to a 4.
I hope you don't play at the back against
Liverpool. It's just like there just doesn't seem to be any sort of tactical nous from anyone at any point.
I think if we play 3 at the back against Liverpool, we'll get caned.
I think if we play against Liverpool, we'll get caned. Doesn't matter what we put on the pitch. We're getting Absolutely. If we play anything like the nervousness that we started against Atletico, it's done. They'll smell blood and they'll go for it.
They probably will. All teams are going to go for the early goal against us now, aren't they? You know what I mean? Right, next one. Big Ange coming back could actually be the thing that galvanises the players and gets them running, playing for each other until the end of the season. I wouldn't want him back full time, but if he treats the games like he treated the Europa campaign, he will keep us up, don't you think?
I mean, at the moment, the decision to sack him seems like the worst one of all of the managerial decisions this season. And I'd be amazed if he even wanted to do it.
Well, he was asked last night, weren't he? He said no comment. Shalom. I actually think, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I actually think his management skills would probably get us out of the shit.
Well, look back to his first 10 games last time.
Yeah. But it's a mental thing to say it after we was moaning about him.
If he could do that for 10 games again this time, yeah, crack on.
Because I just think it's about man management at this stage. But it's funny how he said no comment. He probably thinks he's got unfinished business here, don't he? We'll have to wait and see. That would be funny, wouldn't it? If he came in for his third season and kept us up.
The thing is if we were going to get rid of him, we should have got rid of him way, way, way before we did. The fact that they left it to when they did, it was just so poorly handled.
Do you think
I think at that stage, he deserved a crack at this season.
Yeah, even if it was like with 10 games, because look at us now. Yeah. I can't believe I'm reading now. I can't believe this. Sean Dyche is being considered by but doubts exist over whether he wants a short-term role. Would he be any good, lads? Well, apparently, since I received this question, apparently he said, I don't want to go there as an interim. I'll let you answer this, Simon.
Well, look, Forest have already tried this season. And how did that go?
Yeah. I don't think I'd want Sean Dyche, Simon. Nothing against the man. I just don't think he suits us. Do you know what I mean?
The fans would lose their shit because it will be like, look, you can't bring in Dyche or Allardyce or like these characters, Harold Wilkinson or whatever these old boys are. It's none of this shit. We need a proper manager at this point, and no one knows who the fuck Igor Tudor is. No one knows how he got here. But yeah, Dyche is not the answer, and he's proved that at Forest already.
Can you see the comments down there, Si?
Yes.
Right. He said, would you rather we bring back Ange or hire Dyche? I would have Ange.
I don't even have to think about that.
No. Dyche, yeah, you're right. Dyche would sit back, punt the long balls up. The Spurs fans would go off the head, like Simon said.
They would lose their minds. No one wants to play defensive Route 1 football.
No. He'd go there and go, right, we've got to be solid first. Where I think, good on Lee. I think that that's what I think, Ange. I just think it's time. You've got to go for it now. We've proved that we can't defend. Maybe Romario and Van der Ven are overrated. Who knows? But you can't defend.
If we don't do something drastic now, we're going down.
Yeah. So you might as well go out of a bang, haven't you?
Yeah.
Someone else has come up with a different one. He said, I think a team of Redknapp, Defoe and Sherwood is probably the way to go. We are going down as it stands, so can't hurt to try. Could this literally be, if it happened, the last throw of the dice?
I saw something about Redknapp the other day. Hasn't he taken some job on some... What's he doing? I can't remember what it is he's supposed to be doing now. But yeah, look, ages ago, I was saying we need Spurs people in. And at that time, I was kind of talking Robbie Keane and Michael Carrick.
Yeah.
But then 2 weeks after that, Man United took Carrick on.
Yeah.
Look how that went.
Yeah. Someone said there, no to Dyche as well, Ryan Mason or Redknapp. I don't think Mason's the right one to bring it in because I don't think he's strong enough. Because last time, if you remember, he just picked all his mates, didn't he? Yeah. I think a team with don't think I said Redknapp from day one. And was it? What's that one saying? Defoe, Verge, Gingham, Lamella. Oh, bloody hell, I don't know about Lamella. But yeah, definitely Redknapp. Maybe Defoe.
King, is that supposed to say Vertonghen, do you think?
Well, it might do, yeah. Everyone says Redknapp lead, don't they? Everyone says it. You know what I mean? Also, I've gone past the thing here. Sorry.
We need something to take the pressure off the players, and this dude is just putting more pressure on the players.
He is, yeah. This is a weird one. This was today, I think, or yesterday. Tottenham Hotspur have extended the window for supporters to renew their season tickets for next season until June the 7th due to the increase in threat of relegation. They've said, we recognise the seriousness of the current league position of our men's team, and following the discussion with our fan advisory board and the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust, we can confirm the renewal window for next season now till the 7th of June. What's your views on this? Well, to be honest, mate, they've done the right thing, but they've probably done the only thing they can do, because you can't ask people to buy a season ticket now when you don't know what division you're going to be in.
Yeah, if they put a deadline of before the end of the season, they'll sell none.
Yeah.
No one wants to commit when they don't even know whether they're going to be watching Championship football. And the other thing is that if they're like, do they change the price of the season tickets if we go down?
Well, some bloke said on the thing the other day, or was it this morning? He must have a good seat. He paid for this season to get £1,450. He ain't going to want to pay that, he said, if we're in the Championship. Would you think they'll have to halve that, Simon? Would it be?
I think that people are paying a lot more than that for their season tickets as well.
Do you think they should halve the prices? Do you think you'd have to? They probably won't, but you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
if I mean, £1,400, you'd at least want £700. Surely, you're half it.
Because they surely don't believe that people are still going to pay the same prices to watch Championship football.
As we've said, though, Simon, many times, they're not football people.
No.
But I can't see many people, like the man says there, at least I might get season tickets next season. But I still wouldn't say they'd be cheap. The next one is, if relegated, what players would Spurs go after?
I think the first question is, which players would we keep?
Yeah.
Because some are just going to they're going to run for the hills. There's players there that they wouldn't even dream of playing in the Championship.
Exactly, yeah. Shalom, Windy Tam Tam. I think, Simon, I don't know what you think. I think that a lot will jump ship, like you said, and I think that they'll keep the young players, or the majority of the young players they've got. They'll buy some more young players and try and buy some proper old heads and go for it that way. I think they probably haven't really got a choice. That's what we're going to have to do, isn't they?
The first job is to try and keep as much of the squad together as possible, and just hope and go shit or bust for one season in the Championship.
I don't think Gray will leave. I hope not. I'll see that. Yeah, I hope not. Well, off the top of your head, you're going to lose Vicario, Romero, Van de Ven, probably Porro. Do you think that'll be the only ones that go? Maybe Xavi? Off the top of your head, that'd be the five that I think would definitely go, I'd say.
I mean, this is the thing. They all see themselves as being above being in the Championship. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they're playing like a Championship team, if that, at the moment.
Simmons wants to leave, and we'll go, yeah. Kudus has been, I see it. Atletico want Kudus also today. He probably would go, because I know he has had attitude problems before. But when you look at it like that, Simon, if that is the five off the top of my head, what I said, it ain't actually as bad as what I thought if you're going down to the Championship. I can't believe I'm thinking like this, but you've got, isn't it? Not really. It's not as disastrous as what you might think. We've got good young players. Get a couple of, you need like two old heads. I don't know if Polina would stay in the Championship. Probably not. Yeah. I mean, it might be a case where, like I said, loaning some out of the big players. But would you really want to loan out the big players, and then they say, "Yeah, we'll come back if you get back up"? I'll tell them to piss off.
That's the only way you'd be able to do it, isn't it? But the thing is,
off, Simon.
I'm looking at the attitude on some of these boys, and I'm just like, there's no fight in them.
Yeah.
Do you want them back next? Or do you want them back?
Yeah, I wouldn't want them back if they give that attitude. I'm not bothered if Bentancur goes because bless him, he ain't been the same since his injury. He was brilliant before that. Udogie, he's made of glass anyway. But I'd like to keep Bergvall, and they might say to him, "Look, you're only young, son. Just play one once in the championship. It'd be like a loan for you." That's the way I look at it. Polina, yeah, it's a shame. Colo, yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? But what's this one thing? Oh, it's probably similar to the question we had last time. If it was up to you, would you keep Tudor or get Dyche or Redknapp in? I think we've already answered that, really. Yeah, we'd get Redknapp in, wouldn't we? And no to
Well,
Dyche.
I mean, out of those three, I'd take Redknapp, but he
Yeah,
is nowhere near the top of any list I've got.
I think Bergvall would stay, Wilbert. I think you could convince him to stay for one season. Xavi, he don't want to be there. He thinks he's above all this. But saying that,
so this is the thing. What you've got there is if you keep Sarr, Bergvall, Gray, Tell, Odegaard, you've in the middle of the park. I think you've got a bunch of lads there that you could build them as a team and build their confidence up with 1 year, almost like all going out on loan, but staying with us.
Yeah, it's like a loan, isn't it? Yeah,
and maybe have Polina in there as the old head.
Make him captain.
And then you kind of look at it, and I mean, Kalamoani, he'll be gone. And if you could try the damnedest to keep Richarlison and Solanke.
I don't think Richarlison will stay, will he? He'll go back to Everton when he probably.
I watched the lad, and he seems, other than Gray, he seems to be the one that cares the most.
But I don't know if he'd stay at Tottenham. Would he be able to do it in the Championship? Because the Championship's probably more physical than the Premier League, and he can't handle the Premier League, can he? He seems to be made of glass as well. Do you think Madders and Kulu would stay? I don't think Kulu would stay. Madders might, because who's going to take a gamble on Madders with his being out for that?
I mean, he's been out so long. I forgot about the pair of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Kulu is fit, he's never bloody fit, is he? That's the thing. Next one. How are Lange and Vinay still in the job?
Can you imagine if any of us were this shit at our jobs? How long would we last?
Not as long as them. Do you think it's a case, Simon, that, like the man says, why are they still in the job? Do you think it's a case of they're just trying to get to the end of the season, pray we stay up, and then there's going to be major, major changes?
I mean, I think that in their minds, they believe that they've made the major, major changes. They've got their group of players that they've group of board members that they've brought together that they thought would be the ultimate replacement for Levy, and it's turned out to be an absolute crock of shite. And the problem is there's no Spurs people there, there's no real football people there. It's just a business that happens to have a football team.
Yeah. This sort of this question sort of gels into that last one. Why has Tudor not been replaced, and whose idea was it to appoint him? I think you covered that, Simon. I think it was Paratici's last.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think he's
coming from Italian league? That's Paratici's area, not.
Do you think he's sabotaged us? It looks like it now. Have that, you bastards.
I mean, the thing is that if you think about it, while he was banned, he was consulting with us still and came back afterwards. So you'd hope that there isn't too much bad blood between the club and him because they stood by him. But I think he wants something higher, and I don't think he wants to work with Lang.
No, I don't. Lang and Vinay are worse than Levy combined. Totally agree with you. The people at Spurs couldn't organise a sex party at Katie Price's sex dungeon.
They couldn't organise one on Epstein Island.
They couldn't organise good prayer in a mosque, Chavi. I'll tell you that. Why wasn't someone appointed as manager who knows the club and Premier League and who would galvanise the players? I'll tell you why, mate. Because they don't know what they're doing. I didn't know this man. I didn't know this man. And all I said was, good luck to him. He's done it over there. But I was really concerned that he hasn't done it over here. And that's what it's proving. That The answer to your question there is your opinion, are we staying up? I think I said that last night. If he stays here, no. If they change, maybe, depending who we change. But I think if you keep him, we are the Tottenham Titanic.
I'd say at the moment we are 80% going down.
Oh.
And then if we lose to Forest, in my mind, that jumps to 100%.
100%?
100%. Well, if you lose to Forest, we're done.
We're blancmanged. I can't imagine we're sitting here having this conversation, so I still can't get it in my head. It's mental, isn't it?
Sunday's a write-off. So if you get anything out of that, brilliant. But we've been saying that for weeks now. We haven't been getting anything out of anything. But Forest, if we lose to Forest,
we're blancmanged. Simon said it, 100%. Is this the worst team to go down ever? It depends what you mean. Do you mean, is it the worst thing? What's happened with Spurs? Crap management, mate. Crap management. That's all I can say. When he says, is this the worst team to go down ever? I think
does he mean the best team to go down ever?
Yeah, like, you mean that? Because I remember, I think it was a West Ham team went down with 42 or 43 points. So they was probably the best team to go down ever. In terms of stature, we're the biggest club to go down.
Did they have like Carlos Tevez and people like that in the team? When they went down?
Yeah. But what's happened with Spurs is, well, if you're a Newcastle fan, just imagine, I can put it on a parallel to having Mike Ashley at Tottenham. So you've been through all this already, mate. You know what I mean? You've already been through it. I just hope we can get through it. I can't remember if Newcastle went down under Ashley. Did they stay up? Did they go down under Ashley once and come back up?
I mean, they've been down recently, but
since he went, they've been better. Well, since Levy left, we've been worse. If relegated, would Spurs come straight back up? It all depends on their transfer philosophy, doesn't it? Like me and Simon said, if we could, like he said, if we get the young players side and a few experienced, when you mentioned the middle of the park a minute ago, I'll say we've got a good chance of coming back up. I think Danzo at the back would be suited to the Championship. We could probably get Phillips back from loan, who's obviously now used to the Championship. Surely got to end in the top. Is it 8 now? They're going to have next to 2 teams to the playoffs.
I mean, that's the thing. You look at the defence and Romero and Van der Ven. If we get relegated, in fact, even if we don't get relegated, I think they're gone.
Yeah.
But you kind of question: would Dragusin stay? Would Danso stay? Get Phillips back? There's absolutely no chance of the lad at Hamburg coming back if we go down.
I think Dragusin will go because he thinks he's better than what he is, and his agent definitely thinks he's better than what he is. But then would Tottenham go back down? Nah, I think they would learn. I know no one believes me, but that's my opinion. Simon just laughs at me when I say that, along with everyone else, but I think they will learn. Because at the end of the day, from my point of view, they're going to think shit. Might be the shock they need.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, the thing is, right, if we've always been saying for the last 2, 3, however many seasons, they're just a business that just happens to have a football team attached to it.
Yeah.
Once they realise that the football team is actually the most important part of the business.
That's what I mean. I do think that.
But the problem is that I don't know if they are ever going to realise that. They'll soon find out because Championship football doesn't bring in anywhere near the revenues that they're thinking about.
I'll tell you what. See what he said there, Simon, that Newcastle fan. Imagine Championships teams coming to us. That's another thing, innit?
Every week could be like a FA Cup final.
Yeah, I weren't thinking of that when I said, we'll come back up. But yeah, them coming to them, they're going to love it. Well, it works 2 ways, doesn't it? If the fans get behind them, it could be intimidating for some, but most people are going to go there, like you said, and treat it as a cup final. It won't be easy, but we have to get out. We have to get out in the first year, in my opinion. Otherwise, you've had it in you.
But you look around and the board don't know what they're doing. The manager doesn't know what he's doing and the players don't care. So it's just like, well, where do we go? How do we turn it around?
I have tickets to Atletico at home. I decided to keep them, but I think, mate, just go. Get behind the team, mate. Go on. Just go there and shout your mouth off. The next one is, if relegated, will the club be able to fill their capacity at the stadium?
Doubt it.
A lot depends on.
It's going to have to be. It's all about price at that point, because no one's going to be paying 70, 80, 90, 100,
depends on the
120
price.
quid a ticket to watch Championship, are they?
I can see a lot of fans. Listen, it's about 40, 50,000 people on the waiting list, so they're probably always going to fill it. But obviously, the revenue won't be as much, will it? Because, like Simon said, you can't charge that much money for Championship football.
You'd imagine that Championship tickets the going rate must be half the rate of Premier League tickets.
Yeah, and if they get off to a good start and they're like 6, 7 points clear, the crowd will come again. It's the way football works. This man says, how can Spurs stop this slump towards relegation? Because I can't see how we're going to stop it. Get rid of Tudor, mate. I think that's the only way. Simple question, simple answer, Simon, isn't it? You know? Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is they brought this guy in that no one really knows anything about. And if anything, he's accelerated our decline.
Yeah. Do you two ever go to the ground, or do you live far away? Well, we're old school, Wilbert. We used to go all the time, didn't we, Si? Yeah. A lot of years ago, we used to go before we had families and that. Our last visit there was courtesy of Simon. We went to the executive. He trusted me, of all people, to join him in the executive suite. What was it, Simon, again?
I can't remember what it was called now, but yeah. So I've been twice this season, and we won both games. So maybe I should start going a bit more.
Your fault.
So the last 6 times I've taken my daughter, we've won all 6 games that she's seen, and she's only ever seen us concede 1 goal.
Bloody hell, you need to take her. You get her as the mascot or something, Simon. Anything.
So
we used to go regular back in the day, but I can remember going to those games, and I can remember back in our day, because we're old, Wilbert, right? We used to go and watch, say, Tottenham v Arsenal, which was what they called it, a grade A game back then. I don't know what they do that. That was 40 quid for a Tottenham Arsenal game. When it's like, now you look at 70, 80, 90 quid. And when you grow up and have families and things like that, they've priced the normal fan out of it. That's why you see all the tourists there. Some people I've seen sitting there reading books, playing on their phone. I actually think, except for big games, don't get me wrong, big games, but back at the old White Hart Lane, it was rocking every home game. Wasn't it, to be honest?
We were in the Loge suite.
Yes. Yes, very executive.
Little bite to eat and then some football. You can't go wrong.
And we actually won, didn't we, Si?
As I say,
we played shit. But Brentford was shit, weren't they?
So this is me though. So I've been 6 times in the last 2 years, and we've won all 6 games. So
yeah,
I must have literally been every time we've won at home.
Simon's jinxed it, lads. Oh, let's move on, eh? Oh. Why does Tudor insist on playing 3 at the back when it's obvious it isn't working? I think I answered that earlier on.
We've had this conversation already, haven't we?
The simple fact is this, right? As I said, I could relate to this because when I managed Harry's first team, my son, innit? I had a formation I loved, and then I went to a Sunday team, and I wanted to play the same formation. They was under, what was that, 14s? I think it was 14s. It worked so well, the first formation for the Saturday team. I wanted to try it in the Sunday team. And I just knew I didn't have the players, so I had to change it. And that's what he's not doing. Every manager's got their own formation, but you have to look at your squad to see if you've got the players to do that formation. Obviously, in pro football, if you're going to stay there a while, which he's not, makes it even more stupid, doesn't it, Simon? Because if you know you're not going to be there, if I go in and be manager of Tottenham tomorrow, I've got I'd like to play 3 at the back. Just say I don't. Just say I want to play 3 at the back. I'd juggle around, and then in the transfer window, I'd bring players in, so I could use my favourite formation. But until then, you have to make a formation, find a formation to the players what you've got. And he is not even going to be there 5 minutes. So he should find a formation quicker than anyone else, shouldn't he, Si? Do you know what I'm saying?
And the problem is like this is obviously his favoured formation.
Yeah.
But you look at the squad and the players that we've got left, and it's like you literally have to play every available defender to play the way he wants to play. You have to play other players out of position. And it's just like, look, mate, you've been training with these guys now for 3 weeks. You've got to understand what position these players can play. You can't be playing bloody Conor Gallagher as a winger.
That's mental.
Everyone's like, oh, Conor Gallagher is shit. And it's like, well, yeah. And I've been one of the biggest critics of him because I don't think I've seen him play a good game since he was at Crystal Palace. So
he's not a winger, is he?
No, but even if you don't rate the boy, there's not many other options out there. But if you're going to use him, put him where he plays his best football.
Yeah. Dom said, "On our day, we can beat anyone."
I can't remember when we had a day.
No, it's crazy that man. I just don't understand. I mean, some of the things he played Polino in the back three, didn't he, against I think it was Arsenal.
That keeps pissing me off because he's literally the best midfielder we've got.
Yeah, he played Porro at the right of a three, which was ridiculous because defensively, Porro's not the best defender. He gets a lot of shit on Spurs fans, but I am actually one of his fans because I love it when he goes forward. But Archie Gray, left back, and he kept getting done at left back when the ball was getting diagonally put across, but he kept him there for the next game. As we've said, Conor Gallagher up the top. Then, I don't know if you see this one, Si. I noticed it. I can't remember who was against it. When I saw the team sheet come out, he played two up top together. I think it was Dom and Mwani. It might have been Dom and Charles. I can't remember. But it was when I see two up top, I thought that's good. But when you play up top together, you've got to be a certain distance, not apart, but close together, haven't you? Dom was coming back into the midfield, and whoever it was, Mwani Richarlison, was miles away from him. So it wasn't worth having to. His tactics is mental. Absolutely mental.
I mean, the two things, his tactics haven't impressed me. And then his press conferences and the way he just basically hangs players out to dry also don't impress me.
No comment. That brought back memories of me at this.
The Panda's on board.
Yeah, I just can't. Yeah, when I saw Ted at left wing back in that game, he had a decent first half. As soon as he was left back. He didn't get the chance to attack. And then everyone's on social media saying, what's happened to Tell this half? Well, he didn't get a chance. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that's the answer to your question. That's why it's not working, my friend. It's come out today. I've got this one today. Vinay Venkatesham has hit out at Daniel Levy over Tottenham's deep-rooted problems in a meeting with the fan advisory board. I ask you, how can Vinay claim that alleged mistakes from the Levy era mean that Tottenham face pressure to adhere to financial rules and they must sell players? Well, my answer to that is, I think half of it's bullshit. See you later, mate. When is the next stream? It'll be Monday night, mate. Monday night.
Yeah, we'll be brave enough to come back on after the Liverpool game.
Yeah. But my answer to that is, I think half it's bullshit, but I'm assuming from this, it's transfer money still owed due to Levy's structuring fees being paid over a period of time. As I do know that the club still do owe money for players they've already got, but I can't see how they've got to sell players, and I can't see how that would affect their fair play thing. I think he's just coming out and trying to blame everyone but himself. That's what I think on that, Simon, to be honest with you.
I don't really want to hear his excuses. I want to hear his solutions.
He's talking shit because they know that we're financially stable. ENIC will be licking their lips at a 40 million a year squad. But yeah, they will, yeah. Might be lower than that, Panda.
The problem is that when your transfer gate halves,
yeah,
it don't make a difference, does it? And then when you're not getting Premier League TV money,
that's a big hit.
Yeah,
massive hit, that, isn't it? Yeah. I know they show games in the chat. Do they show a lot of games? They do they show a lot of games?
We are
a
completely different financial world.
Yeah, we will.
Sky and all the TV money is the biggest revenue driver for most of these clubs.
Yeah. It's massive, the Sky deal, isn't it? Yeah. I wasn't going to read this question outside, but I thought, as we're all depressed, we could do with a bit of a laugh. It's got to be the most daft question I've ever got. And I was actually thinking of reading his name out, but I won't. I won't embarrass the man. If Sol Campbell came in and kept us up,
No,
would you forgive him for his past indiscretions? Are you having a laugh? No. And if they, do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they did bring him in this board. Simple no there, Simon, and that's being polite.
You'd said 3 words, and I've already given my answer on that one.
Fuck right off. Whether Tottenham stay up or not, what is your opinions on Pochettino coming back, and would he be the right choice? Oh dear.
So I think the problem that he had last time was that he told the club a long way out, we've got to do something with this squad, and they did exactly the opposite. And they went 2 transfer windows without buying anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you just think, what chance did he have at that point? So he'd lost the board, and he'd obviously said, like, this team, we need to rebuild this lot. So I think he probably lost some of the players as well, and it just went downhill. But I still think that Poch's decline last time is all on the board.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but what's changed?
He does want to come back, though, doesn't he?
But if he doesn't get the backing he needs, there's no point.
Well, I'll add to this question, though. So, what do you think about the? I'll call them the harsh people. What do you say to the harsh people that say we don't want Poch back because he had a great team there and still didn't win anything?
I mean, look, the problem with elite football now is standing still is going backwards, and our board chose to stand still, which meant we went backwards. So it was actually gross negligence from the board that we were on a trajectory where we were in the frame challenging for Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
And that is the time to put your money in and say, right, this is the time to break the glass ceiling and move us on to the next level. But we didn't. We wanted champagne experiences on lemonade money, and it's not going to happen.
He did, Panda. And how many times did you hear in the Poch era when we were second and third and that, we just need 2 more players and then we can win it next year? It was never going to happen. And to be honest with you, that's a disgrace from the board, isn't it? Because it has gone downhill since Potts left, let's be straight, isn't it? I know Conte got us into Champions League, but it has gone downhill since then, isn't it?
But Potts called this years in, 2 years before he ended. And look, that last 18 months of Poch was difficult to watch, but he'd already said what he needed, and they went the opposite way.
Invisible budget. It was an invisible budget. Well, his famous words were, "We've got the nice house. Now we need the furniture to go with it." I remember that. And then fuck all came, didn't it? It's a shame. You want him to come back in a way, don't you, Si? But you don't really want to. People are going to say, "What legacy? He didn't win nothing," but he did have a legacy there because he done well, didn't he? He done really. But the thing is, if he does come back, Spurs fans are going to have to be patient yet again because, as I said before, here he's not a manager that comes in and takes things on straight away. That's why I wouldn't have wanted him as an interim. I mean, he just got Chelsea playing really good, then he went because of the Conor Gallagher scenario. He doesn't do things quick. It takes him. He nearly got the sack with us, didn't he? But when Harry Kane scored that deflected free kick was what kept him in the job, and then he built from there. But it did take him a while. And Spurs fans are going to be screwing. I can see it now. First 3 months and we're crap with Poch back, and they'll start shouting from the rooftops again. You have to be patient if he does come back, Si? You know what I mean?
And that's modern football. No one's patient.
They're not.
We all say it, but as soon as you get three shit results, everyone wants the manager gone.
With the Premiership teams being embarrassed in Europe this week, Does this mean the standard of the Premier League has gone down this season?
Well, just think, it has gone down,
As yeah,
and we're one of the worst teams in it.
yeah,
Man,
yeah. But that not being funny. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Tottenham fan. Even Arsenal ain't good. They're
no,
actually not.
we are potentially going to get relegated in the worst Premier
Yeah.
League season I can remember.
But the standard of football is poor. Isn't it? I think I've said it before to you, didn't I? So I don't look at one team now and go, fucking hell, they're shit hot then. You know what I mean? Like a Man
It's because everyone's pissing about with stat padding and worrying about XG.
Yeah.
And like you got VAR who was supposed to be helping and they seem to be making it worse. It's just like the whole thing, like people like the tippy tappy football. There's no, can you imagine? No one, if Ginola played for us today, he wouldn't be allowed to do half of the stuff he used to do back then.
No.
Berbatov. And this is the thing. It's just like the Ginolas, the Berbatovs, the Gazas who do that stuff that get you excited and get you off your seat. No one does that stuff anymore.
It's too structured, isn't it? Like robots. The standard in football's gone down. Horseshoe football, goalkeepers being outfield players. They have, mate. Yeah, I think the standard's gone down. Probably has been shown up this week. I mean, City got tanked, didn't they? They're not the same. Arsenal are probably going to be, and again, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Spurs fan. Arsenal are probably going to be the most boringest, cheatingest.
Yeah, they're going to stumble their way to the shittest Premier League title level
because it's mental. I think we might have answered this one in a roundabout way. Why has Tudor lost the players?
He never had them.
No.
He came in, gave it all of the big man speeches, and then when things didn't go the way he thought they would go, he hung them all out to dry.
He's gone in, and as Tim Sherwood said, beat him with a stick, and they've basically not had it. Vinnie Jones wouldn't last 2 minutes, Lee. He wouldn't last 2 minutes, man. Would he?
He'd be sent off every game within the first five, I'd have thought.
Would the club sell up if they got relegated? I think we touched on this streams ago.
No, absolutely not. No. They think that they can get billions and billions for that, and they know they won't get that in the Championship. So they'll sit on it and they'll hang on to it, and they'll probably they will literally destroy the thing that they're trying to build.
Mm. It wouldn't last in the stands. Why didn't the board sack Thomas Frank earlier? Because Vinay and Lang wanted him to stay. And they did still want him to stay. It was the board that overrid him. That was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
But this is the point. See, these new people kind of came in, they got their man, and there's all this, oh yeah, you've got to give your man time and you've got to give him years. And clearly this year was nowhere near what anyone wants or expects from this club.
Yeah. I think what it was as well is because he'd been at Arsenal and they'd stuck by Arteta when he was really shit, he just assumed that was the way to go with Frank. But, and I don't like saying this, even when Arsenal were shit under Arteta for the first 2, maybe 3 seasons, you could still see what he was trying to do. Whereas Frank, you couldn't. That's the difference. That's why you should have sacked him. They want to take us down. He wants a tiny wage bill. Well, they might get that wish. But that's what I think, so. Yeah.
Well, the problem with the tiny wage bill is that you've got tiny income as well.
Yeah. Next one. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but do you think the club should have let Ange have a crack this season instead of sacking him? We touched on that earlier. I think so. I think he deserved. He had credit in the bank with the cup. They should have given him maybe the first 10, maybe 15 games just to see. I think that he deserved that, didn't he? Even though we was all moaning about him. If you win a cup, you've got to let him have a go, haven't you, Si?
Yeah. Just say to him, like, look, we've had the talk, and it was literally 50-50 whether to stay or go. We think stay. But if after 10 games we're not in the top half of the Premier League,
bon voyage.
It's all over.
Yeah. Even if we stay up, will it be hard to attract a good manager with this board?
The only thing we can do at this point, I think, is bring a Tottenham person in.
Yeah.
We need someone with some affinity to this club, and someone who desperately wants to take this club forward. And it's not about someone taking the next step in their career and just using us as a stepping stone to something bigger. It's someone who has some passion for this club and for these players, who wants to take this club.
That says Pochettino to me again. That does so. Do you think it was a coincidence that he was there the other night, watching it in the stands? I don't.
I don't know. I think that he still watches us when he can.
Yeah.
I know. I think he still feels like he's got unfinished business.
Yeah, he does. I think
the board fucked him over.
They did fuck him over. But I think that woman's not there and Levy's not there. So if he goes back and they do say, look, this is if we stay up, though, I think he might have a chance. But I think coincidences do happen. That's why there's the word coincidence. But I think that was too much of a coincidence that he was there the other night. That's just my opinion. If Innitt cared, they would have intervened. Yes. If not after the West Ham game, at least after the Forest game, because that was a nightmare. If we stay up, do you think, this is where everyone laughs at me, and I've seen this now. If we stay up, do you think it will make the board rethink their ways, for example, transfer those matches? And everyone that I've spoken to said no, but I've said yes. And everyone laughs at me, but I'll take it on the chin.
I mean,
I just think because of the shock, Simon, I just think the shock. Or even if we just stay up, the shock of this will make them change. It has to. It has to, surely to God.
At this point, staying up just papers over the cracks. It is an absolute mess, and it's a mess of their making. Well, whether they were here, I mean, it's a mess of Ennick's making.
Yeah. But if me and you are on the board, Simon, and let's take it both. Let's just take it that we stay up, and me and you are on the board. We're part of the Lewis family. Surely we'd both be saying to each other and other people, we can't let this happen again because next time we won't be so lucky. We've got to change or sell. Surely.
I mean, it was the last window was a really weird one because we didn't bring in anything that we needed. We brought in Conor Gallagher, and then we made him the highest paid player in the club. And I don't know if that's us breaking the wage ceiling, but he is not the guy that we should be making the highest paid player at our club.
Yeah.
And still not. And all we did was use the money we got from Brennan, which I still don't understand why we did that either.
No, I don't understand why we did that. I didn't think of that.
The jury is out on whether they've got any intentions of changing how things work.
So even if they stay up, right, and the abuse what they're getting, because they got a load of abuse the other day, didn't they, thrown at them by the fans in their executive seats and all that bollocks. I never thought they might even, if they, is it a possibility, Simon, if they do stay up, they could sell. They might think, fuck this, we've made billions, put it up for sale. We don't need this shit. Might do that.
Well, the thing is, right, they paid 80 million for the club.
What I mean, so they've made billions. And they are getting, hello, Milton, they're getting a lot of shit, aren't they? A lot of shit. Might be a cloud to it. Milton's still raging because he ain't got his cup. Yeah. Oh, shit. I've missed a thing there. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Here it is. If relegated, will this put the stadium naming rights on hold? They've been put on hold anyway, mate. They've been put on hold anyway, as I see the statement before. They're not bothered about the naming rights. They're happy to keep it the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium because it gets Tottenham as a place, as a brand worldwide. And I think they'd only get the naming rights if it was like a mental deal. They're not bothered about the naming rights, are they, Si?
It doesn't seem to be. I mean, we've been in there since 2019 and they still haven't done it yet. So they're not in any rush, are they?
No, they're waiting for the right one to come along. And again, I think it is greed, to be honest with you. In terms of if they went down like you asked, would it put it on hold? If it wasn't on hold, which it is, it would put it on hold, yeah. Because they're not, who's going to want to give naming rights to a championship team? And are they? Simple as that. The next one, we're nearly there, near the end. Why didn't the club or players go and look at the pitch before the game against Atletico? And why didn't they change their boots once it was obvious they were slipping and sliding all over the place? Go on, Si.
I have no idea what was going on there.
Well, as
It was mental.
it's
It was
kind
like
of funny, Simon.
watching it. It was like they were playing on an ice rink. It was mental.
But when I dug into it, it didn't even take a lot of digging. And John done some digging and all. Didn't take him a lot of digging. It's common knowledge they do the dark arts Madrid. They've been renowned for doing it. They absolutely 12 slips in 71 minutes or something it was. But that is just typifies for me the icing on the shit cake. Let's put it that way. That they didn't do any due diligence first. I can't understand, Si, how they didn't notice it in the warm up. How could you not notice it in the warm up? And then you've come off at
They
half.
must have done the
Still not done nothing
least
about it.
vigorous warm up ever.
But I don't understand. They don't go with one pair of boots, these players. Baffles me, mate. But Ange said something the other day. Did you see Ange talking the other night? He was talking about the slipping thing. I don't know if he was right or not. He said when he was watching all the slipping and sliding, because 99% of it was Spurs players, he says it's because they're too like rigid and panicky. The mental thing became a physical thing. He probably knows more than me, so maybe it was that. But it was an absolute joke, man. I don't understand why no one said anything after it, have they? Don't know. It was embarrassing, though, wasn't it? It was like watching Torval and Dean in Spurs kits.
But yeah, there was the slipping and sliding. But I mean, a couple of those things that Kinski did wasn't to do with the pitch.
No, that was. I feel sorry for my did. Are the club paying the price now for being too stingy in their past transfer windows? Yeah, I think they're paying the price for probably all of their existence, Simon, to be honest. They've always been tight, haven't they? And it's caught up with them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we call ourselves Big Six, but the only thing that's Big Six about us is the stadium and the training ground. Everything else, mid-table at best.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have any composure, Panda, did they? B&Q on the home jerseys next season. Well, I said Durex. I think there'll be a more thing. They should have. Yeah, they could have done, couldn't they? They could have signed him. Yeah. Because they haven't got any composure on the ball. No. Final question, unless anyone's got any more. This is quite a tough one, actually. I don't really know. If the club did decide to sell, who would you like to see buy the club? Bloody hell. That opens it out to a lot of people.
I mean, what you want is
a
Spurs person who's a football person who has got a shed load of money, and I don't know who that is.
I don't know who it is. I don't know if anyone's got any ideas on it. That's a really tough question, that. I don't know.
But the thing is you look at it and the ENIC want maximum value out of it. So they're probably talking in the region of 4 or 5 billion.
Yeah, they want 4 billion, don't they? Something, yeah.
And then, so who has got 4 billion to come in and then do the get down and dirty and actually get the football side sorted?
It's going to have to be one of the Saudis. That's all I can say.
As long as they recruit Spurs football people.
Look at that was Milton. That could you imagine having Playboy written across your shirt, man?
Yeah, Pornhub.
Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah. No, I think it's Saudis or bust, Simon. There isn't anyone else, is there? To be honest with you, no.
But you look at it, and you look at Newcastle, and have Saudis made a difference?
No, because no, it hasn't. No. Does it really matter? I don't know. No, I don't think it does matter. I'm trying to find the things here for you, Simon, because I don't think he was here the other day. No, he wasn't. I've got it on here. We need your prediction, Simon, for the Liverpool v.
Oh my God!
Hilton said 5-1. Dan said 4-0. I said 3-1.
Do you remember? What was it? It's like 6-3 that we had against them.
Oh dear.
We only got to 3 because they basically felt sorry for us and let us back in the game.
Are you seeing that, Ice? Are you seeing a 6 or 7 again?
I am really, really worried. I mean, when was the last time we won at Anfield?
God knows.
And we've had some good goes at them at Anfield. We're not going to have a good go at them this weekend.
Yeah, though, Simon, I've seen better. I said the other night, I've seen good Spurs teams go to Anfield and not win.
We'll go there. The atmosphere, they'll do their "You Never Walk Alone," and our players will go to pieces before the first whistle. That's the level of confidence I've got in these boys at the moment.
What are you saying?
We'll have a back three that we shouldn't have.
Oh, we can't have a back three.
And we'll have a bunch of lads playing out of position, and they'll look disinterested, and then he'll blame them for it afterwards, and then that'll be it. We'll lose.
I've got a feeling you're going to say 6. How many?
5-1.
Same as Milton, 5-1. Panda, you can have a guess. He'll probably say 10-0. Fucking 5-1, 4.
If we don't concede 5, that will be a small victory in my mind.
Depressing, isn't it, man?
Yeah, we are awful. We're awful at the back. We're awful at the front. We're awful in the middle. It's just like
after the Liverpool game, we've got nearly 3 weeks off, and I think that's a blessing in disguise. I just don't.
Well, yeah, that once we've been tanked by Liverpool, Tudor has to go, and then we have to think again, and then we have to bring someone in. Is it an international break again?
I think it is, yeah. But I think that could come at a good time for us. We'll get a couple of players back. We'll probably get. Who's he say? I think Bergvall could be back. Maybe Kudus, I think he said. And who's the other one? Bergvall. Yeah, he could be back for that. Which is all good, whoever comes back, isn't it? Because we need players, man. We need players. But I cannot understand, even I don't understand now, if they get tanked by Liverpool. You got it?
Yeah, so we've got Liverpool at the weekend. We've got Atletico in midweek, then Forest the following weekend.
Oh, and then there's a 3-week break.
And then it's so the Forest is the 22nd of March, and then Sunderland's the 12th of April.
Oh, I was hoping there'd be a 3-week break before the Forest game. I didn't bother looking. What's the Atletico Madrid? Is that Tuesday or Wednesday?
Well, it's got to be Wednesday, isn't it? Because we play on Sunday.
Our new standard is now telling. Oh, fuck it. No, it's bad. But yeah, we can have a few.
Those are the players we need if we go down. Because
I think, they are. That Forest game is absolutely colossal, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm telling you, if we lose that game, we're going down.
Yeah, you've heard it here first.
1,000,000%.
Oh. Well, that's about it then.
That is how critical that game is. And even if we win that game, I still think we're at 50-50 at that point.
Yeah, we are. We just got to win it.
But you look at it, and then after that, you got Sunderland, and after the great first half of the season, they've kind of just fallen away a bit, and you kind of think this is not the day to go out and beat Dr. Tottenham in against Sunderland. We need to say that. We need to put something on them. So we need, ideally, if we beat Forest and Sunderland, then I might start to get some degree of optimism. But at this point, I don't see us beating Forest, and then that puts us down.
Oh, man. Oh, dear. Right. Cheers for coming on, Simon. Keep your questions coming in, though. Send me the questions. Because that was all right, that. Good to answer some questions.
Yeah, it was a nice different format, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I now need to go and have some therapy. This team. This team.
Let's just hope they come out of they're trying it, man. Lookman, Solanke, oh dear. I wasn't that impressed with Lookman the other night. They was all arse licking him. They was all arse licking him on the telly. I didn't think he'd done much, Lookman, the other night. Yeah, Moani's got to go. He's absolutely shit. He really is shit. He's bad. Yeah, that's about it then, Si. I think we've covered it all, my friend. Cheers for coming on, man. And you can have 3 or 4 days off now to recollect your thoughts.
I am going to literally not spend a single second thinking about this bunch of dossers until Sunday.
Dossers. Yeah, the Tottenham Dossers. All right, man. I'll see you later, everyone. Shalom.
Shalom, gentlemen. Shalom.